integers. So we will learn today integers first. What are integers? Okay, so as we have learned earlier, integers are numbers which are ranging from minus infinity to plus infinity, right? So further we will learn the classification of integers. So integers are classified in two types. One is even and another one is odd. So what is even integer? So even integers are the integers which are expressed in form 2n. And what are odd integers? So odd integers are integers which are expressed in form 2n plus 1 or 2n minus 1. In both the cases where n is integer, here also n is integer. Okay, so let me denote this with example what is even and what is odd. So let's take n as an integer as 1. Okay, so if we take n as 1, then your even integer will be 2, that is 2n. So 2 into 1 is 2, right? So this is even integer. And then odd integer, if we take again n is 1, and if we put that n over here, let's take 2n plus 1. So 2 into n, so 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 3. Okay, so this is 2 is, we know 2 is even and 3 is odd. Okay, so we can get the number which one is odd and even by this formula 2n and 2n plus 1. Similar is with 2n minus 1. If we subtract 1, so 2n minus 1, so 2 into 1 minus 1, that is 1. Okay, so 1 is also an odd number. So further we will learn some rules of this even and odd number, like integers, rule of integers while multiplying even or odd number or subtraction. So first of all, if we get to odd numbers, whether it be a addition or subtraction, adding to odd number we will get the output as even. For example, if we take 3 is odd, plus 1, then it will be 4, and 4 is even number, right? So next rule is, if we add to even number or subtract to even number, then we will get even number. Let's take one example, 2 even number. Let's take 2 and then another is 4. If we take 2 plus 4, then it will be 6, and 6 is a even number. Okay, here I will take one example of minus also. Let's say 3 minus 1 only, it will be 2, and 2 is also an even number. Okay, and here also we will take a subtraction example. If we do 4 minus 2, then it will be 2, right? And 2 is a even number. The next rule is, if we add one even, if we get one odd number, we add or subtract that with even number, then we get a odd number. So let's take one example. If we say, if we get a value like, if we get a odd number as 1 plus 2, then it will be 3. So where these rules are applicable, okay? So these rules are applicable when we do simple addition or subtraction. If we get 3 plus 1, then we should know that the value will be an even number if we get two odd numbers. So where this rule is applicable, when there are complex multiplication additions, if we are given a plus b plus minus d in that form, so we have to just know our basic, like odd or even. So while doing the sum, it will be easy to recognize which is even number and which are odd number, and our calculation will be easy. And further we will, if we have now done with addition, we will learn about multiplication now. That is rule for multiplication using integers. So if we multiply two odd numbers, then we will get odd numbers, okay? So the odd number is 1 into 3, we will get 3, okay? Then next to 3 into 3 is 9. So if we multiply two odd number, we get odd number, okay? So this is another rule. The next rule is, if we multiply even number with even number, then we get even number, okay? So 2 cross 2, we will get 4, right? 4 is a even number. Then 4 into 2, that is 8. 8 is also an even number, okay? So next rule is, if we multiply one odd number and another is even, then we get even, okay? So it is alternate in case of multiplication. In addition, here we added one odd number and one even, we get odd. In multiplication, if we multiply to one even number and one odd number, then we will get even number. Let's take one example. 2 into 3, 6, right? So 2 is a even number and 3 is a odd number. Another example, 4 into 5. 4 is even number, 5 is odd, and the multiplication of that is 20, which is a even number, okay? So keep this rule in mind, so it will be easier for you to use this rule in complex solving of integers. Now we are going to learn properties of integer, okay? So in properties of integer, first we will learn commutative property. What is commutative property? The ability to switch the order. The ability to switch the order of an equation So what is ability to switch the order? Let's say a plus b is equal to b plus a. So if it is given a plus b, then we can write that in form b plus a also, like 1 plus 2 is similar to 2 plus 1. Okay, so this is what commutative property. In multiplication also, a into b is similar to b into a, so this is called as commutative property. So 1 into 2 is similar to 2 into 1. Okay, so next property is associative property. So what is associative property? So associative property is the ability to group numbers in different grouping. So right here, the ability to switch, the ability to group numbers in different grouping is called as associative property. For example, a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Okay, for example, let's write over here, if it is given 3 plus 4 plus 4, so 3 plus 4 plus 4 is what? Plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11, so that's 11. Okay, so we can write this equation in other form, that is 3 plus 4 plus 4, that is also 11. So this is what associative property. We can change the grouping of numbers, so that is called as associative property. Okay, so we have written there 4 plus 4, we can write 3 plus 4, and then we can keep this 4 outside of bracket, so we can write this in this form also. So this form also. So next property is, let's learn about third property. So next property is distributive property. Okay, so what is distributive property? So if we are given a to b plus c, so how to solve this bracket? That is called as distributive property. Like we have to distribute a in b and c, so we just have to multiply a with c and a with b. Okay, so this is a into b plus a into c. Okay, you have to remember this property because these properties are used in complex equations further, whether it be integration, differentiation, or other calculus, or it be algebra or arithmetic. This property is used, so keep this in mind. If we are given in this form, so we can write that distribute a in b and c. So I have seen most of the people don't know this property, so this is an important property. If we are given a into b minus c, so it's a into b into c. Okay, so a into b minus a into c. Okay, so we just simplified this equation in this form. Okay, so a into b into a into c. Let's take one example. If we are given 2 into 5 plus 4, okay, so we don't have to first add this and then we have to multiply, rather than we have to use the distributive property. So 5 into 2 plus 2 into 4. Okay, so this is 5 into 2 is 10, plus 2 into 4 is 8. Okay, so addition will be 18. Okay, so now we will learn some basics of addition, multiplication and subtraction. As I said in last lecture, I will explain this in further. Subtraction, multiplication using signs. So basic addition, multiplication using signs. Okay, so I will just, last lecture as I said, like that minus minus plus. So now I will explain that all properties. So if we are given firstly a by b minus of minus a by b, then minus into minus is plus. Keep then solving the equation. So this minus into minus will become plus. Okay, so minus minus is plus. Then now further, if we are given minus a to minus b, then this will be minus minus plus, but the sign will be of the bigger number. Like for example, if a is bigger, then minus into minus will be plus their addition, but the sign will be of a, the bigger number. Let's denote this, let's look at this with example. For example, if minus 3 to minus 2, then minus into minus will be plus, but the sign will be of 3. So 3 is having a negative sign. Okay, so minus 3 into minus 2 is 5. We will add this first, 5, and then we will have minus sign of the bigger number, that is 3. Okay, so we have to keep this in mind also while solving. Most of the students I have seen don't use this correct method while solving. So they just do 3 minus 2 and then they get a wrong mark. So further, in multiplication, if it is given minus a into minus b, then what we have to do? We have to apply the same rule, just a little change. A into b, that will be a into b, the value, and minus minus is plus, right? So here will be a plus sign, okay, not a minus sign. So we have to keep this while solving multiplication. If it is a into minus b, then it will be minus ab. Okay, so we have to keep these basic rules in mind while solving addition, subtraction, multiplication. If it is given plus a into minus b, then it will be subtraction, but if b is having a negative sign, then it will have a negative sign. Okay, for example, if a is positive, let's consider a is 2 and b is 4, then it will be minus 4. So b is bigger and having a negative sign, so it will be a negative sign. If we are doing same equation, a minus b, and a is bigger and having a positive sign, then this equation will be a positive. For example, if a is 4, that is a bigger number, and minus 2, b is 2, then we will get 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay, yeah, so here a is having bigger sign and which is positive, so here it will be plus 2. So these are some basic rules of addition, multiplication and subtraction. We have to keep this in mind while solving the equations. So now further we will learn another rule, that is a BODMAS. Okay, BODMAS, BODMAS. This is always used in solving a complex equation where multiplication, addition, division, all addition, multiplication, division all are in one equation and we have to solve that complex equation, then we have to use this BODMAS rule. Okay, so what is the full form of BODMAS? Listen carefully. So BODMAS is bracket of division. I will just write this in short, division. Okay, I will not write that. I will write full word, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So BODMAS is bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Okay, what does this mean? Okay, so bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction means whenever a complex equation consists division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction, then we have to solve first bracket. Then in that bracket, whatever it will be given, either a division, subtraction, multiplication, then after the bracket we have to solve division, then after division we have to do a multiplication, then addition, and lastly subtraction. Okay, so we have to solve bracket, then we have to solve division, multiplication, addition, and then lastly a subtraction. Let's look this with an example. Let's consider if we are given a plus b into a by b minus a by b plus c by d. Okay, so if this is given, so this is a very complex. So what some students do, they will a by b minus a by b, they will do this subtraction, then they will add to this. Okay, so that's wrong. Okay, so first we have to do is, first we have to add this a plus b, then we have to multiply that by this number, then we have to add these two number, and then what will be this equation's value and this equation's value, we have to subtract it lastly. Okay, let's take one example. If we have 1 plus 2 into 2 by 3 minus 3 by 4 plus 5 by 4. Okay, so we have to first solve this bracket. So 3 plus 2 is, sorry, 1 plus 2 is 3 into 2 by 3, okay, minus 3 by 4 plus 5 by 4. So 3 into 2 is 6, so 6 minus, now we will add this. In last lecture I have said that if we get two common denominator, if we get same denominator, then we will take common denominator and we will add numerator. Okay, so 3 plus 5 by 4. Why we written 4 here? We have taken common denominator and we have added numerator. Okay, and then further solving, we can reduce this, we can simplify this. As I said, we can simplify this division. It's 3 ones are 3 twos are. Okay, or else we can do in this form also, like 3 into 2 into 3, so 3 cross 3. Okay, so we can do in both way. So I will write here 2 minus, now this equation will become 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, so 8 by 4. Now we can simplify these two also. Okay, so 4 1 and 4 4. Okay, so now lastly we have to do this 4 2 minus 4, so 2 minus 4 is minus 2. So that's our answer. So this is what BODMAS rule is, where this is applicable. If in this also, if it is given a by b and a division is given, then first we have to do a division and then we have to do a multiplication. Okay, so this is how BODMAS rule is used. Now further we will learn some properties of solving proportion. For example, I will write here. Right here I will write here. So properties of proportion. For example, this is also basic. If we are given A by B is equal to C by D, then we can solve this equation by cross multiplying. As I said, what will be the cross multiplication? A into D is equal to C into B. Okay, so this we can solve this in this way by cross multiplication. And if A by B is equal to C by D, and if you have numerator on either side same, or we can simplify that, then we can cut both side numerators and we can simplify that. For example, if it is given 1 by 2 into is equal to 1 by, sorry, we will take 2 by 3 into 2 by 5. So these numerators are same, so we can simplify this 1 and 1. Okay, so we can do this also. But and why this is possible, I will first give this reason why we can cancel these numerators on both sides. So what will happen if we solve this? So it will be A into D and B into C. Okay, so when we solve this, if we get A into C common, then we can cut this. Okay, so that's why if there are numerators are same, then we can cut this A into C, A and C. Then further another basic rule, so A into C into D. Okay, if this is given, we can't cut alternate numerator and denominator. Like we can't cut A into D. Okay, because this will get multiplied to A if we solve that. Okay, so this will not get cut. This is totally wrong. So we can't cut diagonally. Okay, we can't reduce the equation diagonally. Yes, but we can do this. We can reduce this in numerators or denominators. If denominators are same, then we can cut this also and simplify the equation. But we can't do this. Like for example, here the same example I will take. 2 into 5, that is equal to 2 by 4. We'll write this. So we can't cut 2 and this 4. Okay, if we solve this cross multiplication, we will multiply that 2 by 4 and that this 2 by 5. We can calculate cut this numerator and numerator term. Okay, but we can't cut this 2 into 4 diagonally. Okay, so that's totally wrong. Okay, so further now we will learn natural number, and this is a last topic of today's lecture. So what are natural numbers? So natural numbers are numbers which ranges from 1 to infinity. Okay, positive. So that are called as natural number. 0 is not included in natural numbers, so this is called as natural numbers. And then further, natural numbers are classified in three type. One is unity, other one is prime numbers, and another is composite numbers. Okay, so what is unity? Unity means 1. Okay, so 1 is neither a prime. It is said 1 is neither a prime number and nor composite. So what is prime numbers? Okay, let's look here. Prime numbers. So prime numbers are the numbers which are factors of itself and which doesn't come in others factor, like which are factor of 1 and itself, or which are divisible by itself are called as prime numbers, uh, and which doesn't come in other factors, or we can say in other table. So let's know what is prime number. So prime numbers can be denoted in form 6n plus minus 1. Okay, so we can denote this in prime number when n is where n is natural number. Okay, so what are prime numbers? So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. Okay, so these are the prime numbers. These are numbers which doesn't contain factors, which has a factors of itself, or which has a factor of 1 and itself. For example, 2 into 1 is it's 2. So 2 into 1 is 2. So it doesn't come under any other table. For example, 2 is only in 2 table. 3 into 1, 3. So it is not divisible or divided by any other number. Like we have to divide 2 by 2 only, we have to divide 3 by 3 only. Okay, so similarly 5 into 1 is 5. So 5 doesn't come in under any other table, so we have to divide 5 by 5 only. Like 5, then 7. So these are prime numbers. And in prime number also, so 2 is a even prime number, one and only prime number which is even. Okay, and also 2 is a smallest prime number, smallest. 1 is not considered as prime number because 1 is multiplied by 1 itself, and we have to divide 1 by 1. So 1 is neither prime nor composite. So 2 is the smallest prime number. Okay, and then composite number, we will learn of composite. So composite is composite numbers are numbers which are not prime, or we can say this as non-prime numbers, so which can be divisible by any other number, or which has different factors are called as other than them are called as composite number. For example, 4 has a factor of 2 into 2. Okay, so and so 4 is a non-prime number because we can write this 4 in 4 into 1 also. So these has different factors, so 4 comes in 2 and 4 also. So that's why 4 is a non-prime number. Okay, so 4, 8, 10, these are all non-prime number, or we can say composite numbers. Okay, and another, there are 25 prime numbers between 1 to 100. Okay, so keep this in mind. So there are 25 prime number between 1 to 100. Okay, this is more important, and this is the end of today's topic and lecture. So thanks for watching, and if you like the lecture, please comment, like, share, and also comment if you want to learn some different topics, like other than maths, or a different maths topic, or if you want to learn some basics of physics. So please comment down.